Long ago, in a faraway place, there was a girl. But this girl was a little different. She had something very special. She had magic.
Every day at school, this girl would get made fun of by everyone just because she can do things not everyone could do.
She would pull out her water bottle and try to drink it, and as soon as she touched it, it would accidentally turn into ice.
When the water bottle would turn into ice, she would look at it and fire would come out of her eyes, and then she would melt the ice back into water.
It was a long process that usually ended in her not really getting anything to drink. She was a little different. Think sky high different.
Now, as you can imagine, this isn't the average life of a normal teenager. So this is a story about how she dealt with the bullying at school.
Now, there was this guy at school that was really popular, and all the girls thought was really attractive, and his name was Spencer.
He was the coolest guy in the land. No one could mess with him. He was so good looking that girls would turn into stone when they looked at him.
He too had a superpower, but everybody loved him. He was actually going to Syracuse on a full ride for lacrosse.
The girl wondered why, since they both had magic, that Spencer was so much cooler than her, and everyone made fun of her when they both had magic.
One day, walking through the hall, Spencer bumped into the girl, and her books fell on the ground.
And as he started to pick them up, he asked, "What's your name?"
She replied, "Jennifer." Jennifer was such a beautiful name, he loved that name.
Not only did he love that name, he loved how she looked.
Now about how she looked.
Jennifer was blonde, tall, and skinny, and she was very curvy, if you know what I mean. That's about all I can say.
The rest of it is a little inappropriate. That's the stuff that was going through Spencer's mind.
As he was picking up her books and he learned her name, he asked if she wanted to go out this Friday night.
She quickly replied and asked, "Where? When?"
Spencer said,
To walk my dog in the park.
Now, she realized that this was pretty strange, and she kind of liked the way he looked too, so she was like, "Okay, sure, no problem. I would love to do that."
So she asked what type of dog he had, and he said,
"A Chihuahua." But there was one problem. She was really scared of Chihuahuas.
She debated and went back and forth, and finally she decided she'd have to man up.
That's when Spencer told her it was no ordinary Chihuahua. It was a two-headed Chihuahua.
For Spencer was very magical as well, and he liked having pets that fulfilled this magic.
he had also given his Chihuahua giant wings so it could fly.
Enough about the dog. Now, after the date, they went back to Spencer's house to find that his parents were gone and they're home alone.
Now, any two normal high school students would be very alarmed at this situation. However, Spencer and Jennifer weren't normal. They were magical.
So, seeing that both of his parents were not home, Spencer quickly ran to the computer and logged on World of Warcraft while Jennifer watched.
She then said I'm bored, so he decided to show off his
Level 68 dragon.
He actually recently leveled it up to 69.
69.
Now, for any of you World of Warcraft players out there, this is a very high level. Not quite as good as Patrick on Clash of Clans, but Spencer was getting there.
So, when the game was finally over, they got to the real dirty stuff. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. They began to talk.
and decided to go for a friendly swim in Spencer's pool.
Now, we all remember what happened with Jennifer and water, right? So as she went to go jump in, the water suddenly turned to ice.
And Spencer was frozen there in place.
Jennifer, being able to manage with the ice, took advantage of Spencer being frozen.
She skated around him, making fun of him, going in and out, in between and around.
Of the ice. But Spencer's eyes were still open, and Jennifer had never looked into Spencer's eyes before. When Jennifer looked into Spencer's eyes, she was turned into stone.
But not just any normal stone. Hot, molten lava.
So they lived happily ever after, and they had 50 kids.
And if you're wondering what Jennifer looks like,